Thanksgiving is almost here, and with that, you're going to have turkey, stuffing, pie, and probably that one relative that gives you crazy diet advice like fruit is going to destroy your insulin. Now, the more astute amongst you can probably tell right away from my accent alone that I have never celebrated a Thanksgiving. Now, for many people, my advice is going to give you maybe that's a weakness, but to me, I think that's a strength because I've got an outsider's perspective and I can maybe come up with some tips and tricks that are going to help you survive this Thanksgiving. I thought, as the majority of my viewers are from the US, it would be a good time to really look at this kind of cultural season, pick it apart, analyse it, and kind of show you guys how you can still enjoy Thanksgiving but not sacrifice your progress. I think one of the best things that we can do is set expectations. Now, it takes around a surplus of 3,500 extra calories to gain a pound of fat. Now, even if you go 2,000 calories over your kind of daily allowance on Thanksgiving, the weight that you're going to gain, the majority of it is probably going to be water, glycogen, kind of other stuff like that. It's not going to be permanent. The easy way to think about it is it didn't take you one day to get into shape, so it's not going to give you one day to get out of shape. I think one of the big things that people do is starve themselves all day long on Thanksgiving, and they have this meal in sight and they don't eat anything. And sometimes I think people think that that can be a good thing. They're saving the calories that they would have spent on breakfast and lunch to just go ham and dinner. But the thing is you actually might be better off having a healthy, high protein breakfast, a healthy, high protein lunch, and then just allowing yourself to kind of, go wild as per se at the end of the day. The reason that I say this is that if you kind of keep up those healthier habits, by the time that you actually get to Thanksgiving dinner, you're going to be kind of choosing because you're not going to be absolutely starving. You're not going to be shoveling food into your mouth here. What you're going to be doing is you're going to, I'm not that hungry. Like, I'm hungry. I've come with an appetite, but I'm not, ludicrously starving. And because of that, you're going to be pickier with, what you're taking off the table, how much you're taking. If you want to try everything, you're maybe going to take smaller portions. So it just kind of lets you hamstring the horse before it's out the stable. My third bit of advice is move in some kind of way that day. Now, you don't have to go absolutely ham, you don't have to go and run a marathon, but what you want to do is, at the very least, go for a walk, or, maybe ideally, go down to the gym and hit a fun session. Maybe don't even do like what you normally do, maybe break routine, do something fun, but go to the gym, train hard, and that just means that, one, your own habit, you don't have to feel as bad about it when you go and, fuel up after your workout. That's what it's going to feel like, rather than going, I really kind of achieved nothing today. You're still in that kind of mindset of, I'm a person that trains, I'm someone that's active, I'm someone that's healthy, and then that allows you to kind of pick back up the next day and continue that habit. What I don't want to see, and this is one of the things I think that can kind of sneak up on people, is like getting into the season of something. Now, again, I'm not speaking from experience here, but I can just take this and extrapolate it to something like Christmas, for instance. And what you find with that is that a lot of times in the lead up to a big occasion, a big event, where we're all supposed to kind of pig out and say kumbaya, when you get up to these kind of moments in time, a lot of people will go, oh well, it's this week, so we can eat that day, we can eat the day after, and we can treat ourselves the day after that, and maybe the day after we treat ourselves, they kind of go for the full season. Really do try and limit it down to Thanksgiving Day. Enjoy it, really do enjoy it. Nothing's going to be like ruined by making yourself, eat an extra slice of pie. That extra slice of pie, maybe you shouldn't have it, but don't feel guilty about it, because sometimes that guilt can also create a spiral where you're like, you chuck the baby out with the bathwater and you go, oh well, I've screwed over my diet anyway, so for the next 5 days I'm just going to eat any way I want, and that's going to leave you in a much worse situation than just enjoying Thanksgiving Day and letting yourself have those wee extras and then go, right, I'm going to get back to it tomorrow. And that is the secret. It is just getting back to it, just picking back up the lifestyle, not allowing it to suspend what you done the day before or what you're going to do the day after. Enjoy it, observe it, have as much fun as you can. But again, just if you delay your habits, if you go, oh, do you know what, I was maybe overstuffed myself, maybe I'll just train tomorrow and catch up. Just try and go back to routine kind of as quickly as you can and keep things consistent. So this Thanksgiving, don't be the guy that's got MyFitnessPal open, that's trying to ask around to ask how many calories is in the gravy. Enjoy it, spend the time with your family, be thankful, and get back to it the very next day. Let me know in the comments what you're doing this Thanksgiving, and please, let me know if I've missed anything or if I've not got anything quite right, because again, I'm viewing this entirely from my interpretation, from what I've seen from TV and movies. I've never experienced a Thanksgiving before. Was there anything you disagreed with? Any constructive feedback? Let me know. Is there any videos from me that you would like to see? And I just want to say thanks for getting to this point in the video. We're finally back in the office. Maybe not as I imagined, just because, as you can tell, I've lost my voice this week. And this is the week that I've got the microphone back, I've got the office back, and I've probably delivered a kind of slightly higher quality video, except everything's higher quality probably except me in this video. So thanks for being with us. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.